Now this illustration deals with air conditioning and refrigeration equipment and the circuit conductors that supply them and the overcurrent device in accordance with 240.4G and table 240.4G. Now, the information that we have in the illustration is the compressor is 19 amps. The condenser motor in the air conditioner is 1.5 amp. It's a AC single compressor. And the conductors, naturally, to an air conditioner is 440.32 and 440.33. The disconnect can be found in 440.14. The sizing of the conductors now routed through the disconnect to the air conditioner is 440.32. The overcurrent device now is sized in 440.22a. Now those are the main items that we want to review in this illustration. Now first of all, let's size the conductors with the quick calc to the right underneath the air conditioner or the AC unit. Now notice 440.32 is enforced here. We take the compressor current at 125% plus 100% of the condenser motor, 1.5. We come up with 25 amps. Table 310.16, 25 amps would require number 12 conductor if it was 75 degrees C type terminal, say. And notice in the step 1 now with the boxed in information, applying 240.4G and table 240.4G, step 1, the minimum size overcurrent device, just to start the device sizing, would be 175% of 19 plus 100% of 1.5. When the math is done and adding done, we come up with 34.75 amp. Now, there's no exception in 440.22a that allows to go above the percentage of 175. So we would round that down to a 30 amp device in accordance with 240.4G, 240.6a, which refers to table 240.6a to size the overcurrent device. Now, if we had nuisance tripping and say late in the evening it tripped, or it might even trip as the high head pressure built up on the unit. If you're not familiar with high head pressure, look it up. It's due to the heat in the condenser coil, taking a liquid or gas, condensing it back to a liquid. Now, in step 1 then, for sizing the maximum overcurrent device, we would take 225% of 19 plus 1.5, we'd come up with 44.25. Again, there is no exception to let you round up, so we would round that down to 40 amps. Now, the minimum size, which you could go below it if it would start the unit, the maximum size, you could go below it if it would start the unit, but the minimum size starting out is 30, the maximum is 40, which could be adjusted to allow the unit to start and run. Now, the conductor size, though, is still going to be number 12 or number 10 that you could use. And notice the device is size greater than 240.4D. Why? Because table 240.4G says because it's an air conditioner, we can go to 440.22a and size the protective device minimum or maximum or anywhere in between. But if it's a conductor, we would go to table 220.3 or table 210.3, which would refer you again over to Article 440, which would be 440.32 to size the conductors. So notice the conductors are going to be sized at 125% of the compressor plus the condenser motor at 100%. The overcurrent device, though, could be sized at 175 or 225. Now, my experience with air conditioning, and as I previously told you, our company, we serviced air conditioning, and we also had electrical company. All of it was one company. And most of the time on the roof, it was the maximum size of 225% that was used because of the sun being on that air conditioner all day long, from coming up to solar noon to going down in the evening. So it could take on a lot of heat. And if you've ever serviced those units as an air conditioning person or wired them up as an electrician, during the summer, those units are hot. You can't even touch them with your hand. You have to have a glove or something to perform your work, or make sure you're not touching that metal. So that's what this figure 9-8 is all about. Sizing the conductors, which are going to be smaller than the overcurrent protection device, and sometimes the overcurrent device will be larger than what is permitted in 240.4 D as in dog, by applying the table 240.4G. So that's what this figure is illustrating.